Hey, what's up everybody? We've got Hugel66 here. As you guys know him on the forum, this is Michael. He is the man behind Radenso, and we're here at SEMA. We got a bunch of detectors, and you can tell us a little bit about what he's got coming up.
Yeah. Hi everybody. I'm Hugel66, Michael. Yeah, we got the Radenso XP promoted here, as well as the new Radenso remote unit, which will be called the Radenso RC.
So with the RC, like, what's the difference between the Radenso RC and the HD Plus that we already know about?
Basically, the antenna is the HD Plus antenna, but it's coming in a new package. So we have that new CPU, which allows you to connect two antennas. So you have a front antenna and a rear antenna.
So we've got arrows now with the...
And we can integrate arrows. So I haven't seen the arrows in action yet, so I'm sure there will be some work to do.
Yep.
But the idea is to have the directional information, like on the Max 360 or the Valentine 1.
Yep.
And we also want to integrate GPS, of course, which we cannot right now with the HD Plus. So the CPU, the new CPU, will have a slot for a GPS antenna, and it will go in there. And we can then also integrate the GPS lockouts, the GPS speed muting, the auto city mode filtering that we have with the XP as well as with the SE.
So the way that it works right now, like, you can already get an HD Plus and you can already use it. Like, currently you can use it either plugged into an ALP or with the older Beltronics 975, right?
Right. The antenna is the same, so everybody who already has an HD Plus will be able to use the HD Plus.
Okay.
We basically scrapped the old 975
that old ancient.
It
interface. Works. It does the job, but now you've got your own.
It works.
Like, custom
it's a little
design
obsolete
CPU,
in the design and in the way how to program it.
Yeah.
But we'll take that away and you just hook it up to the new CPU. And we'll be able to use that antenna. Of course, if you want to integrate the rear antenna, you have to buy a second antenna.
That makes sense.
It's not available yet, so I know I will get a lot of questions. When will it come out? Unfortunately, I cannot say a definite date. It's probably sometime early next year. We have the hardware, but we're still working on the firmware. So the firmware needs to be 100% error-proofed. And it's probably better to wait another month or two in order to get it right the first time. As far as retail, we're thinking about retailing the whole system with two antennas.
Two antennas.
The GPS, the display, which is pretty cool because it has a docking station. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, you can take off the display and put it in your pocket, put it in the glove box.
Yeah.
So you don't see anything once you leave the car. With the antenna, with a speaker, and the GPS antenna, it's going to be $1,500.
$1,500.
Yep.
Is there also going to be a version with a single antenna if you don't need the arrows?
That will probably also be available. Then I don't know about the retail price, but it will then of course be somewhat in the ballpark of an SDR Plus or
that makes sense.
9500 CI.
Yeah, speaking of those detectors, like, I'm actually really interested in the RC, and the reason is, like, I'm still looking for a really good remote detector. Every single one has compromises, and this one I think might be one of the best of the bunch. And the reason I say that is, like, it's kind of like a remote SDR Plus, right? Its own standalone unit, same level of performance, but better BSM filtering.
It actually is.
Yeah. So you'll get the lockouts. There'll be manual lockouts, not automatic. But you'll get arrows and red light camera alerts and all that stuff too.
Exactly.
So offers even more than the Plus.
And of course, we think that the filtering will be definitely better than the M3 antennas.
Right. Yeah, and that's what we're seeing with the HD Plus and the Pro SE and all.
If you need K-band and you have to run K-band, unfortunately, most of us have to.
Right.
And in that case, you need a unit that does a decent job on K-band filtering.
Cool, yeah, and that, I think, is what this guy's going to be. So for people who are looking for a good remote radar detector, I think this can be a really good option. It can still actually pair with the ALP if you want, right? It's going to have that capability?
Yes, it will have also the integration of the ALP. Similar to what we have now, we have the RG module from anti-laser, where we hook up our antenna. In that case, you hook up the anti-laser antenna into the CPU of our unit. So I don't know really how that's going to work out.
Yeah.
You certainly will still need the logic from the anti-laser, the CPU from the anti-laser.
Right.
But somehow it logs into our system and alerts through our system. So it will be compatible with the anti-laser as well.
That would be cool. That way you could have everything working over one speaker. You've got the ability, I'm guessing, to be able to kill the jammers from the Radenso display or CPU?
I assume. I haven't seen the firmware, so I'm as excited as everybody else how the final product will work and how the firmware will work. but that's at least the plan. At least we have the hardware now finalized, and we know how that looks, and we can concentrate on the firmware and software part.
Cool. Yeah. So that's the new Radenso RC, kind of the Radenso version of the HD Plus with your own now controller plus arrows and all. So yeah, I'm excited about that one. I think it's gonna be a pretty awesome product. And cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.